Hello everyone, I'm Dren Hatamata, and today's a little bit heavier subject on my questionnaire today. How do you deal with depression? One of the reasons why I'm bringing this up is because right now in my area, everyone seems to be depressed, particularly depressed for all kinds of reasons. A lot of them seem to be irrational. It just seems to be a wave of depression. And that kind of sucks. A lot of people don't know how to deal with depression. Sometimes trying to deal with depression doesn't work out the way you planned. And I've had that very problem. Many of my friends have had that very problem. And I want to try and help that. And in case there's anyone that this reaches, it might help them to find new outlets in which they can find a way to ease their depression, even if it doesn't go away. For myself, I try and play my games. I make these videos. I try and take all my strife and use it when I'm at work. Anything that I have to do, I'll practice martial arts. Sometimes just try and sleep. A lot of people don't deal with it quite that way. They want something to take away that pain, and that's something a lot of us can really relate to, because we know that pain inside seems to hurt worse than the pain outside. In fact, all this is a visual representation. Like, don't do this. Don't do this stuff here. It's just a representation to kind of eccentricize or visualize, the idea that goes to people's heads. I thought I'd look great. Well, with the things I do, trying to play music and all that, it doesn't always work. So what do you do, or what advice would you give others to help with depression? I would probably tell someone, find someone to confide in, and try and think about it enough, but not too much, and that threshold's going to be different for everyone. One of the problems with depression that I've seen is my own is very irrational. I have plenty of stuff on why I shouldn't be. I have all my loved ones, I have stuff, I don't have to worry about much. Yet, the depression I have is just there. I don't know why. I'm trying to get rid of it. So it's not always rational. And I think that can be pretty understandable. And because of the way it affects people, you gotta figure out where those lines go. And it's gonna be different for everyone. It's not gonna work. What works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me, but it might work in any case. So it's always worth trying those avenues. This is really touchy, and if there is anyone that does have problems with depression, I would try and find something to talk to. If you look up suicide on any search engine, the first thing that comes up is the suicide hotline. I even typed it into YouTube. First thing was the number to the suicide hotline, which kind of baffled me. I thought that was kind of neat that if you just look up suicide anywhere, that's what comes up. Unanimously, so far. If you know anyone who's dealing with depression, try and help them through it. And, maybe it's not even anything they need to talk about. They just need to get some reassurance that they can be around other people, that they can be happy in the moment, and maybe beyond that. There's a lot of things. In fact, a lot of YouTubers lately seem to also be pretty depressed, having problems. Like, one of the inspirations for this particular video is Matthew Santoro. He put out a video, and I'm not exactly sure if that was all him, or if he was also epitomizing a few other people around him. But in any case, it really struck me as pretty important. And I think it's important for you guys to know. There's a lot that goes through my head when I think of depression, and one of the problems I have is whenever I'm depressed, I can't put all my thoughts together. And they just kind of scatter everywhere. Like my mind always goes like 1,000,000 miles a minute. And a lot of people are like that. I guess the best thing is to try and help not do the particularly harmful things. Like, don't cut yourself. No matter how much this hurts, it's not going to stop the hurting inside. That's where you need to attack it. You need to find those core problems, where those core problems lie. And I'm not a psychiatrist or anything. I haven't done that much research. It's mostly on my personal evaluations, my experiences, other people who have talked to me about it. I've helped people on Google+. And that's actually one of the reasons why my message on this channel is you have potential. When you're depressed, it feels like that potential is gone. It doesn't feel like it's there. I've lost 2 mothers. I know my dad's depressed. I know a lot of my friends are depressed. A lot of them don't show it. But it's kind of one of those things. It's under the ground and you can kind of tell it's there. Every once in a while, a little thing will peek out. Like, yeah, I can see that, man. Try and look for those signs if you can. And whatever the problems might be, it might not necessarily be something that you can fix. I know one of the problems I have is I have a hard time talking to anyone about it. So sometimes what I have to do is find certain people to talk about my problems with. Like, person A might not be the best person to talk to, but I can talk to person B. And maybe they'll talk to person A and see what they think. And whereas they might have had a different reaction if I went to them directly, or, I don't know, a social bias thing. A lot of people with depression also have really bad anxiety. I don't like the idea of using pills or anything, but let's face it, whatever helps, helps. And it may even help take away the problem overall. I really want to help anyone that has depression to try and lessen it. I don't think I'll be able to do all that much personally, but anything I can do, I hope will be helpful to all of you. And maybe even helpful to me. My friends, my family, because I care about you guys, I care about my family, I care about everyone. And any help that I can provide, any help that you can provide everyone, I strongly suggest. I've been repeating myself probably, 28 times or something? With my hoarse-ass voice. But I think that's about a good spot to end it. I'll probably have to edit some of that out. But anyway, thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to be my buddy. If you have any suggestions for future questions or anything else that you think that I'd probably end up doing, feel free to tell me in a comment below. And always remember, you have potential.